Is your NPK too high with Fox Farm and you're wondering if that's going to affect your taste? Well, in this video, we're going to get into it. You're here with Mark Boutwell at perfectgardens.com. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Come here to perfectgardens.com for all your growing essential needs, whether you need complete grow room packages, tents, cabinets, film for blacking out, grow lights, hydroponics, growing essentials. There are no guarantees in life, although I'm pretty sure I can beat anyone's price out there. Just let me know. Hey Jay, I just want to say thank you so much for posting, brother. It means a lot. So Jay is a flavor connoisseur and he is growing with Fox Farm right now, and he realized after watching a few videos that his parts per million are a little too high and is probably shutting down his microbiology. Since watching a few videos, he's reduced his parts per million from 4,000 down to 2,700, and he's wondering if it's too late to start using microbiology, and he's wondering what he should do with the tap water with chloramine. So first off, I actually have one product that will solve 80% of the issues you're going through right now. I always talk about it. It's called Drops of Balance. Drops of Balance reverts all man-made chemicals like chloramine back to sulfated minerals by actually changing the chemistry of the water. Make sure to pH your water under 7 before adding in the Drops of Balance. In addition to that, Drops Balance is going to put a negative ionic charge around all the other minerals in the water, as it also helps complete their chemical reaction, because I've already talked quite a bit about this, that Fox Farm doesn't use the highest quality minerals. They use the lower quality because it's a lower quality brand in the industry right now, although you're still going to get good product off of it. The issue with the microbiology, though, is after about 900 parts per million, your microbiology begins to shut down because the NPK is just too high. The types of fertilizers they're putting into the bottle, the microbiology doesn't eat those fertilizers. If you haven't checked out the video, Benefits of Nitrogen, I actually go into depth showing you the chemical structure of how the natural pathway of nitrogen from the sky to the ground. And that will just give a better understanding on the type of food. Specifically, there is a difference, on the chemical structure, and the microbiology notices it and shies away from anything that isn't in that realm. The issue with the microbrew, the kangaroo roots, or the boomerang is that all of them are the exact same product. There's no differences. They're actually selling you the same product in 3 different labels. That microbiology does not survive in a liquid form after about the 3rd day coming off the brewer. So you have to think about this, right? All that microbiology is suspended in water. And if the water stops circulating, it begins to become stagnated. And it goes from a state of aerobic to anaerobic. So aerobic is with air, anaerobic is without air. And I think you guys are beginning to see the issue I'm bringing to the surface, right? Without that circulation and in that anaerobic environment, all of your microbiology in that bottle dies. So what they're selling you is microbiology that is dead, and that's going to do very little to no benefit to your plants. So in this situation, first off, I'm not going to tell you to go out and buy new stuff, because you already bought this, you're already in your grow. I would highly recommend use up what you got, and then on your next grow, adjust. Because I never like it when people just spend money and then they end up never getting their money out of whatever they purchased. Although it's your choice, obviously. In this one particular situation, because I don't know how far you are away from cutting down your plants. Let's say you were within 4 to 5 weeks away from cutting down your plants. I would say that you're still a little too late. Why? Is because I would recommend you purchasing a product Recharge and a product called Drops of Balance. Those 2 products combined together will make your Fox Farm work a hell of a lot better and get a much better flavor. And those would be the only 2 products. You can both get them online. They show up quickly. Although if you're like 4 weeks into flowering, then you consider, let's say, a 5 to 7 day ship time and then a 10 to 12 day turnaround. So right there, you're already 2 weeks behind, and you only have 2 more weeks to flowering. So I would in that point consider it kind of being a waste of your time. Unless you do decide to keep growing after this one grow, then I would say, yeah, definitely go purchase those 2 products and start to incorporate it into your grow. So the next problem you kind of have, let's say if you don't do that and this is going to be your only grow you have, The next issue you have is that you've been shocking your plants with 4,000 parts per million for this entire grow. Again, I don't know how long the grow is, but the issue with that is that you're force feeding your plants. And I've already broken down Fox Farm showing you all the chelating products they have in there. But the issue with that is your plant is starting to get conditioned to these higher parts per million. And if you end up lowering your parts per million because of the damage that your plants have already had in its root system, sad to say, 2,700 parts per million might not be enough force feeding into the roots that, in a sense, are still established in your root system. I don't know if that really makes sense. It's just your plant, like anything else, like an addiction, right? Your plants get used to something. If you begin to wean off of them without having a proper program, you're going to go through withdrawals. What I would also make sure you do very clearly, Jay, is you have to stay on your pH. Again, what you're doing and reducing your parts per million is good. But what you're also not doing is you're not increasing your trace minerals, which again, the drops balance will do. And by increasing those trace minerals is what will give the possibility of your plants reaching a higher terpene profile in your plants. But to make those minerals available, you need that microbiology, in which the recharge comes in. And if you don't get rid of the chloramines, then that also will inhibit or shut down your microbiology, which doesn't allow the coenzymes to be created with all the other boosts of trace minerals. So to just kind of go back and recap on what are your options. Option one is to keep doing what you're doing because maybe you're not going to do another grow. So then what I would recommend is just keep going with your product. Of course, use the Bush Doctor Microblue because it can't hurt anything. That's your first option. If you are going to grow again, then I'd probably would buy Recharge and Drops Balance, incorporate it into your grow with your Fox Farm. Start reducing down your parts per million closer to the 1,000 range. And then as you use up the rest of your Fox Farm nutrient line, I would slowly begin to work into a dry nutrient line that you can amend your soil with bone meal, blood meal, stuff like that. You amend it with the Grow and a Bloom. Focus in on giving good clean water so it doesn't destroy your microbiology soil system that you've developed, and then work into a flowering top feed with, once again, using dry amendments that aren't going to affect the colony of microbiology you've initially established. I hope this video was helpful on understanding your specific situation and what you got going on and kind of planting a couple seeds with a couple different options for your specific situation, Jay. You're the head grower, brother. Whatever you decide to do, just know, no matter what, you're gaining life experience and you're growing as a human being. So be proud of yourself, brother. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and have a great grow, everyone. Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate. CalMag, depending upon what brand you're buying it from, it could be magnesium sulfate, it could be some other type of magnesium,